guys, Tayura here and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. If you're already been here, thanks for coming back. So in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the newest product from Danessa Myricks. This is the Yummy Skin Serum Skin Tint. So if you are interested in seeing this product in action or just hearing my thoughts, then please keep on watching. Before we start the video, please make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Please turn your post notifications on so you get notified every time your girl uploads a video, and follow me on Instagram. And with that being said, let's jump right into the video. All right, you guys, so my brows are already done and I did my everyday eye look. I used the Huda Beauty Empowered Eyeshadow Palette. Everything that I used on my face in this video I will have linked down below for you guys. On my lips, I have the Summer Fridays Lip Butter Balm in the shade Pink Sugar, and I went in with some of the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Serum. I like to apply this to my face and let it sit for a minute before I go in with any makeup. So while this is sitting, I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about the new Yummy Skin Tints from Danessa Myricks. So the Yummy Skin Serum Skin Tint retails for $36 and comes in 16 shades. It is described as a hydrating and soothing skincare infused skin tint that provides light coverage and a skin-like radiant finish. So I picked up two shades. I got the shade number 12 and the shade number 13. You guys already know the drill. If I don't know what shade to choose, I get the two best shades and then you guys be the judge in the comment section down below. So that is what we are going to be doing today. I completely forgot to show you guys a close-up of the foundation, but the packaging is gorgeous. I feel like with Danessa Myricks, she keeps it simple but elegant. It looks beautiful, and you guys, you get a lot of product in here. This comes with 1.58 fluid ounces. Usually the average foundation you get 1 fluid ounce, so for the price $36 for a foundation that is available in Sephora, I feel like that is a really good price. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch both shades. I'm going to do number 12 first. I'm going to swatch this on my cheek and on my chest. The shade number 12 is for dark skin with golden undertones. So this is what shade number 12 looks like. It is supposed to give you really light coverage, so I feel like if I blend it out into my skin, it's not going to look as bad as it does swatched on my cheeks. I don't know if you can see on my chest, but that is what it looks like when I blend it out on my chest. I'm going to blend it on my face soon after I swatch number 13. So next I'm going to do number 13, which I feel like is going to be my shade. This one is also for dark skin but with warm golden undertones, and this is what 13 looks like. And I'm going to swatch this on my chest as well, and this is shade number 13. Yes, I feel like number 13 is going to be perfect. Let me just blend it out a little bit on my chest so you can see what I'm talking about. Yeah, I feel like the added warmth to number 13 is going to make it perfect for me. It's not as golden as number 12. It looks really good. Let me know what you guys think. As I said, it looks light swatched on my skin, but because it's going to give such light coverage, well, I'm hoping it is not going to look as bad once I blend it out. So that is what it looks like on my chest. I'm just going to go ahead and zoom up so you can see both shades side by side. Okay, you guys, so even though I'm leaning more towards shade number 13, I'm still going to apply both shades to my face so you guys can see what it looks like. But what I am going to do is I'm going to use two different primers. So on one side of my face, I'm going to use my Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Blurring Balm. This is the shade Universal. I use this as a primer. And on the other side, I'm just going to use a regular primer. For my regular primer, I am going to use this KVD Hydrating Pore Refining Primer. This is a hydrating primer, but it also does a good job at like smoothing out my skin. So I'm taking my Yummy Skin Blurring Balm first, and I'm going to apply that to this side of my face. This is another one that I like to let sit on my skin before I go in with my foundation. So I'm going to blend this in and then let it sit for a minute. So while that is sitting, I'm going to go in with the KVD primer on this side of my face. So I'm going to be using two different brushes. The brush that I'm using is the E63 brush from Morphe. I might need to color correct around my mouth area because I did increase the percentage of retinol that I'm using, and this area is a little bit drier than usual, so it looks a little bit darker, but I don't want to color correct until like after I apply the skin tint, because I feel like if I go in with my color corrector first, you guys won't really see how much coverage you are going to get from the skin tint. So I'm going to skip that and just go in with the skin tint. I'm going to go in with the shade number 12 first, and I'm going to apply that to this side of my face. I'm applying this much product and then blend it out. Okay, you guys, so this is what shade number 12 looks like. I feel like it looks really good. I expected it to be a little bit more dewy. I don't know why, but it looks nice and radiant on my skin. I feel like it did even out my skin. Right here that I have like my dark areas, I feel like it did even it out a little bit. It didn't fully cover everything. You can see right here needs a little bit more coverage, but it did even out the rest of my skin. I feel like this looks like second skin. This looks beautiful on the skin. I really like the finish. Any coverage that I'm missing, I will get from my concealer. I think this is going to be really nice for the summertime if you want something that is just easy reach, that literally feels like nothing. I feel like I just applied a primer to my skin. That is how lightweight this feels. It looks light when I swatched it, but once I blend it into the skin, it looks really nice. I know that the shade number 13 is going to be perfect though, but number 12 still looks really good. I am going to go in with 13 on this side of my face. So this is what number 13 looks like. Number 13 is my shade. I feel like the undertone makes a huge difference. That extra warmth that I'm getting from number 13 really does something for my skin. So I think it's going to be a matter of which undertone you prefer. But number 13 is it for me. It did conceal what needs to be concealed. I feel like the dark area here, once again, you can kind of see it, but not as much. Everything just looks nice and even. Yeah, I really like it, and I really love the finish of this. It literally feels like nothing on my skin. If you're someone that's into like clean girl makeup, I feel like you'd really like this skin tint. Let's see how it looks once I apply my concealer and everything else on top of it, but it looks really good on the skin. I was going to go in with a little bit more of number 13 on the side that I applied number 12, but I think I'm going to leave it because I want to see what the face looks like once I'm done doing everything. So I'm going to go in with my concealer. I'm using the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer. I'm taking the shade Amande and I'm applying this under my eyes. This is very lightweight, but it's going to give me all the coverage that I am missing. And I'm going to try to keep this look as simple as possible. I'm going to take a little bit of Amande from Nars as well, and I'm just going to apply this in the areas that I need coverage around my mouth. And because I like a bright under eye, I'm using a little bit of Caramel from Nars on top of Amande under my eyes only. I'm going to go in with a little bit of my e.l.f. Putty bronzer as my cream bronzer, just a tiny bit. I did spray on a little bit of setting spray just because I waited a little bit too long to blend, but I'm going to blend with the Shop Miss A Pawpaw sponge. You can find this on my Amazon storefront, and I'm starting with the chin and around my mouth just to blend that Nars concealer. So this is what the face is looking like after blending my concealer. As I said before, the skin tint does what it needs to do and my concealer will do the rest. If you want something for every day, I feel like this is going to be perfect. I'm going to go ahead and set, but I'm going to blend first. To set, I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless powder. I use the shade number 2. And I'm going to use a puff from Amazon. My camera stopped recording. I know I look powdery, but I was using my Nars soft matte powder. This is in the shade Seafront to set the rest of my face. I don't know if it's just me, but my face looks flawless right now. I feel like everything on my face, including the skin tint, nothing is emphasizing like my texture that is going on right now, like my pimples, nothing is emphasizing any of that. My skin still looks smooth and flawless. I love this skin tint, and I'm not seeing a huge difference with like the Danessa Myricks primer and the KVD primer. I feel like that is going to be up to like the wear. I know that the Danessa Myricks Yummy primer is going to wear longer than the KVD, but in terms of like right now, I'm not seeing a huge difference. Let me know what you guys think. I'm going in with some powder bronzer. I'm using this one from Sephora Collection in the shade 06 Ibiza. I went in with too much blush. I don't know if you guys can see, but I applied some of the Charlotte Tilbury powder to try and mute it out. But anyways, I'm going to set my face with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless setting spray, and then I'm going to top it off with the One Size Until Dawn setting spray. I'm going in with Charlotte Tilbury first. I went ahead and I did my lower lash line. Before I tell you guys my final thoughts on this skin tint, I'm going to do my lips really quick. I'm using the NYX Line Loud liner. This is in the shade Rebel Kind. I'm going to use the ColourPop lipstick in the shade Bloom to Bloom. And then I'm going to go in with my Sephora gloss in the shade number 2. So my lips didn't look as pink as I wanted them to, so I went in with a little bit of the Pat McGrath gloss in the shade Wicked Whisper. I will have my lip combo linked down below for you guys, but my final thoughts on the Yummy skin tint. You guys, I love this. I love this. I feel like if you are into like the clean girl makeup, simple everyday face, you are really going to like this. It literally feels like I applied a primer onto my skin, but it looks like I used a full coverage foundation. This, I don't know what happened today, but my face looks so smooth, so blurred, and I still got coverage. This does what it needs to do, and then the concealer and the powders just did everything else. This looks beautiful on my face. My face does not feel heavy. I think both primers did really good as well. This paired with the other products that I use, my face looks very smooth and very blurred, and my skin isn't at its best right now, but this did not emphasize my texture at all. My skin skin looks so filtered and nice. I love the finish of this. I think if you have dry skin, you are really going to enjoy this because it gives you just enough hydration. But if you have oily skin, I also feel like you can pull this off because it's not as dewy as I expected. It is not as dewy as, say, my House Labs foundation, but you're going to get a little bit of hydration. I cannot wait to pull this out more during the summertime. I really want to see how this is going to mix with like my Fenty skin tint. When it comes on to coverage, this is the lightest skin tint that I own, and I'm shocked that I am impressed by this. I was a little bit iffy that it didn't cover everything around my mouth, but the concealer fixed all of that. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, but so far I give this a 10 out of 10. You guys know I will continue to play with it and then give you guys an update in other videos. As for the shade, I personally feel like I'm going to go with the shade number 13, but in terms of the finished look, I don't think you guys can tell that I use two different shades, but just as I'm going into summer, I feel like number 13 is a little bit better of a match for me. If you're having a hard time deciding between 12 or 13, both shades can work. It's just undertones. I prefer the warm golden undertone over something that is just really golden, but as you can see, when the makeup is done, everything looks pretty much the same to me. I really enjoyed this. I really enjoyed this skin tint, even though it's not full coverage. Love it. And I love the fact that my skin is acting up right now, so if you have acne prone skin, you can still pull this off. It's not going to emphasize your texture. Love this. I really did enjoy this. After trying this, I really want to do a full face of Danessa Myricks. I feel like I'm missing a few products here or there, like the setting powder. I'm not even sure if he has a concealer, but I really want to do like a full face of Danessa Myricks. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really hope you guys found it helpful. Let's keep the conversation going in the comment section down below. But I am pleasantly surprised by this skin tint. Once again, I really hope you guys enjoyed everything that I mentioned in this video. I will have linked down below for you guys. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.